Hey guys, welcome back to Sarah's Vegan Kitchen. We're gonna do another vlog and what I eat in a day video. If you missed the previous one, I'll have it linked down below, but Eric and I did a big grocery haul because we're amidst all of this COVID panic, so we're trying to stay put, so we stocked up on groceries. We didn't go too crazy, but we got enough at least for the next week and a half-ish, and we've been doing a lot of meal prep. So since we're stuck in the house today, not going to the gym or anything, what better way to spend the time than to cook some really dope recipes? So we're gonna make some pizza for dinner, which I'm really excited about. But let's start with breakfast first. It's the following day and I'm editing, and this video ended up being extremely long. So before I get into it, I just wanted to jump in and say a few words about the sponsor of today's video, which is actually quite fitting because I am working with Ritual and they make a women's multivitamin. It is vegan certified, non-GMO, it's free of allergens including gluten, and it also doesn't have any weird additives or synthetic colorants, which is always good. Even though I try my best to eat healthy on most days, you guys know I'm far from perfect on that front, so it's nice to have that extra insurance that I'm getting all the nutrients that I need. So Ritual includes 9 essential nutrients. It's gonna cover everything from your D3, your omega-3, iron. If you're vegan like me, it's gonna cover your B12 needs, which is really important. They get delivered straight to your door. You take 2 a day. I have them on my nightstand, so I remember to take them first thing in the morning because historically, I'm just not the best at remembering otherwise, and they are no nausea capsules. They're actually minty, so they're safe to take on an empty stomach, which I know is not true of a lot of other multivitamins. So I just like how Ritual simplifies things. I take 2 a day. It helps me fill in any gaps in my diet, and if you're interested in trying them, they're currently offering 10% off your first 3 months. You can go to ritual.com/Sarah10. I'll also have that linked down below. Now let's get back into the vlog. I'm gonna do a little bit more of an involved breakfast than I typically would because time is plentiful. I'm gonna make some cauliflower hash browns. I've made these, I think, in a couple different videos over the past year. I got this recipe from Pinterest, so I'll link it down below. But I'm just using a half a head of cauliflower. I bought a ton of produce yesterday, so we're good on that front. And probably sometime later this week, I'll make like cauliflower buffalo wings with the rest of it. I literally can never get this on. Okay. Yes. Okay. So we're going to basically turn this into cauliflower rice. First we have to turn it on. Should also note that I have my oven preheating to 400 degrees. I'm gonna throw a quarter of a big white onion in here. Actually, I should probably give it a little preliminary chop first. If you don't have a food processor, you can do this just using a box grater. Do it by hand. I'm gonna rice this. Right, that looks good to me. This recipe, as it's written, makes little hash brown patties like the kind you would get at like McDonald's or any other fast food place. And that's what I'm gonna make today, but I do think that you could also use this to make like a cauliflower crust if you wanted to, if you just made a bigger circle. We're gonna use some arrowroot starch to kind of bind it in place of eggs. You can use cornstarch as well, or like tapioca starch, really anything. About a tablespoon in there. This recipe, you might have to adjust the ingredients a little bit just depending on like the size of your cauliflower. And then this is chickpea flour. Also to help bind everything together. A couple tablespoons of that we'll start with. Gonna add in a nice generous pinch of salt, fresh black pepper, as well as a little bit of garlic powder. And you can go crazy here. Like, sky's the limit here as far as what spices you can add. I'm gonna start with that. And we're just making like a crumbly mixture that will stick together when you squeeze it in your hand. This feels a little dry to me, so I'm gonna add a little bit more chickpea flour. And by dry, I meant wet. It was too moist. I would imagine you could use just any kind of flour if you wanted. Chickpea flour obviously makes it gluten-free, but I don't see why it wouldn't work with just regular all-purpose flour if that's what you have on hand. See how it's sticking together? You could probably make like cauliflower tots with this too if you wanted to get spicy with it, you know? So, like I said, preheated the oven to 400. Now I'm gonna grease a baking sheet. I have it lined with a silicone baking mat, but I'm still adding a little bit of oil just because historically, when I've skipped the oil, these tend to stick a little bit. I personally wouldn't recommend skipping this part, but you do you. We're dividing this into somewhere between 6 and 8 portions. I'm gonna divide it first just so that they're all equivalent. So I'm gonna be making these, and then I'm also afterwards gonna be making a little tofu scramble, which I've made many times before on the channel, so I won't go into too much detail with that, but I'm gonna put a bunch of vegetables in there, and that's gonna be our healthy breakfast. We do still have some vegan breakfast sausage as well. That'll probably fry up on the side. These look roughly the same size, but now we're just gonna go ahead and pat them into, well, whatever shape you want. I'm gonna go with the classic tater tot or hash brown patty shape. Okay, we're back. Shape them into little patties. I'm gonna throw them in the oven. The recipe says to cook them for about 40 minutes and try and give them a flip halfway through, so I'm gonna check on them at the 20-minute mark, but you might need to add a little bit of extra time, just depending on your preferred level of doneness. I never find these get quite as crispy as potato hash browns, but the edges do get like a nice, pleasant crisp level. So, gonna tidy up, come back to start prepping for the scramble. That's what it's called. I've got firm tofu, probably gonna use half of this block because I'm gonna share this with Eric. I don't really like leftover tofu scramble, so I'm just gonna make enough for right now. And then I'll use the rest of the tofu for something else. I'm gonna use bell pepper, some scallions, both of which have seen better days. It's a little crinkly here and dry, but it'll be fine. Spinach, and then I use the same seasonings every single time I make scramble at this point. Some onion powder, some garlic powder, some nutritional yeast, which makes it taste more savory, a little bit cheesy. I'm gonna use some black pepper, some regular salt, and then I'm gonna use some black salt. If I could find it. Here we are, for that characteristic stinky egg fragrance that we oh so crave. You can add some turmeric, like a little pinch of turmeric if you want it to be yellow like eggs, but who are we really fooling here? No one. This might be a lot of scallions to put in one scramble. We're gonna use probably just like half of this pepper, maybe a little less than half. Dice. I'm trying to implement this new system where I have a really large, like a Tupperware, where I put my cut veggies, like when I use half of an onion or, you know, half of a bell pepper, then I have it all in one place, and it doesn't get pushed to the back of the fridge and then I forget about it and find a shriveled up bell pepper weeks later. Oh yeah, I'm also gonna air fry some of these vegan sausage patties that I showed a couple videos back. It's by the Pure Farmland brand, and I really dig these. I don't like the maple ones as much as I like the savory original ones. These ones remind me of childhood. We would have like family breakfast on Sundays, and we would make like Farmer John sausage, and my dad would make his scrambled eggs with copious amounts of butter. I'm gonna also chop up the spinach a little bit. And I'm gonna put a fair amount of spinach in here because it cooks down so much, and it's good to get an extra servings of veggies, especially when everyone's getting sick and you wanna bolster your immune system. Eat healthy food. So I'm gonna fry this up and get back to you. Our little hash browns have reached the halfway point, so I'm gonna flip them. Just be careful, they tend to be a little bit fragile. fragile at this stage. And see, this is the point at which you're going to be suffering if you skimped out on the oil, because these, for whatever reason, really like to stick. You can see some of it stuck here. It's going to be fine. I'm going to pop them back in for another 20-ish minutes while I finish the scramble. Here is our completed breakfast plates. Got hash browns, our scramble, our air-fried sausage. Pretty healthy. Lots of protein, lots of servings of veggies, and as you can see, I have leftover hash browns back there, and you can just crisp them back up in a toaster oven or in an air fryer if you have one. One important detail. Need to add some ketchup. Nice. Okay friends, we're checking back in. I just took a very short nap and I'm dehydrated. Eric's gonna make some beans for us because we make big batches of beans for meal prep and then we use them in various recipes over the course of a week. Now, when we were shopping yesterday, all of the beans had been purchased because people are stocking up on dry goods. All of the beans except for one kind, and they're Mayakobas. And I posted about them on Instagram, and a bunch of people said that the Mayakobas are their favorite beans, that they're like pinto beans but better. They're super buttery and creamy, and so we're gonna make some. Take it away.
I did the pre-soak, the pressure cook pre-soak.
What's that?
What's what?
The pressure cook pre-soak. Explain everything that you've done so far.
Put the dried beans in. I put the dried beans in, covered them with like an inch or two of water, and then I use the pressure cook low button, which kind of simulates like the overnight soak, you know. Then I drain that water out, put about a cup and a half, just barely enough water in here. I always over liquidate them. But you change the liquid out? Yeah. Okay. Change the liquid out, and now there's just enough water where it's kind of loose. Now I'm gonna season, and then I'm gonna cook them more. Okay. How's that sound? Delightful. So salt and a bunch of pepper. There's a pound of beans in here, so it's gonna call for a lot of everything. We got a little paprika. Got some garlic. Some onion. Nice slippers, babe. His slippers have pouches with zippers on them. Fanny packs. Fanny packs. A little bit of cumin. A little bit of oregano. I feel like this is basically the same way I made them last time. Cayenne. Not too much. My body has been rejecting the spice as of late. I think it's because I'm stressed. Give those babies a little stir. Well, they certainly smell good already. And that's it. And now how long are you going to cook them? I don't know. I'm going to press the bean button on the Instant Pot and see what it tells me. And you seal them. Seal the lid. Yes. Seal, not vent. All right. Bean chili. So it says 30 minutes, high pressure, normal. What does the normal mean? I don't know. Normal high pressure? See, what I love about cooking them in the Instant Pot is that when I used to cook them on the stove, they take so long and then I kind of forget about them, and then the bean liquid boils over and then you have a mess. And it doesn't happen here. It stays all nice and contained, and it cooks them like super soft. The beans is done. We put some of them in here and we're gonna freeze these because we don't want them to go bad. You gonna try it? I love beans. Fantastic? They're so soft and creamy. They're well spiced. Here, I'm gonna feed you. That's what everyone said. That they're super buttery. They really are. They seasoned enough? They really are so good. Yeah. Good. Here's lunch, which is kind of breakfasty because I made like just egg tacos. So I used some of this that I just scrambled with a little bit of the Melt Vegan butter. There's some of the Mayakoba beans that Eric just made. I put a little bit of cabbage slaw. It's super simple. I just shredded some green cabbage and stirred in some sour cream,
little bit of lime juice, salt and pepper, mashed avocado. Oh, and then I minced up some onions to sprinkle on there too. Some raw onions. I'm gonna put some of this salsa as well. It's Lucky Habanero, original hot salsa. We get this at Sprouts. It's really good. It's decently hot. And then I'm having a little coffee. Iced coffee with some of the Silk Half and Half. And we have this big bottle of sugar-free French vanilla that I got from Home Goods, who knows how long ago. So I put a splash of that in there. So there's another Democratic debate on tonight that I'd like to watch, and it's coming on pretty soon. But very quickly, I'm gonna put together my pizza dough because it needs to rise for a little while. I'm gonna make two, because we usually make 2 pizzas and then we have leftovers. I'm gonna make a regular like white flour crust, and then I'm gonna make a gluten-free version as well. So pizza dough, pretty straightforward. I've got some yeast and warm water proofing in there. And then for the rest of it, it's just flour, olive oil, a little bit of salt. You can add some spices in if you want. Some people add in a little bit of like brown sugar, but I usually don't. Then I'm gonna knead it. I'm using my KitchenAid stand mixer today because it doesn't get enough love. And actually typically I don't make pizza dough from scratch. I would get it from like Trader Joe's or from Whole Foods. In their refrigerated section they usually have pizza dough for you to roll out and cook, but we're making it ourselves today. So you can totally do this by hand, but if you are using a stand mixer, I typically like to mix all the ingredients together with a paddle attachment first, just until they kind of come together into a ball like that. And then I switch it out to the dough hook and I let it knead on like medium speed for a couple minutes just to stretch it out before we let it rise. Okay, so for my pizza crust, the gluten-free one, I used a minimalist baker recipe, which I'll link down below, but it contains almond flour, arrowroot starch, potato starch, flaxseed meal, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, a couple spices, salt, pepper, and baking soda. There's a little bit of olive oil in there too, and I patted it out on parchment and I pre-baked it in a 375-degree oven for about 10 minutes. At this point, we're gonna top it. Over here, we have Eric's crust, which we also pre-baked, and he's gonna top it as well. The ingredients we've got today are some of this roasted garlic tomato sauce. I've got some bell peppers, some canned mushrooms, some thinly sliced white onions that I kind of just sauteed a little bit so they're not too raw at the end of it. These are some Pure Farmland vegan meatballs, which we air fried and just sliced. This is some sauteed spinach. We've got some black olives left over from when we made nachos a video or two back. And we've got Dea mozzarella. We usually have some vegan Parmesan in our fridge too, but we are out currently. And then we have some vegan pepperoni. This is the brand for that. I don't think I've purchased this before. So this we rolled out on parchment and then we actually cooked it directly on the pizza stone. So we slid it out.
It smells beautiful.
Yeah, okay. So you make yours first. Okay.
Can I tell you something before we start?
Yeah.
I love you.
Oh, thank you. Sauce.
That's maybe too much.
Really? See, I'm a fan of a lot of sauce, and then I'm one of those people who likes dipping my pizza in additional sauce.
Ooh,
and ranch dressing. Good. Unfortunately, we're out of ranch right now.
We got blue cheese dough.
Ugh. You're using the least efficient vessel for transporting sauce.
I like this spoon.
I know you do.
Did you get this in Bali? No, this is the bamboo one.
This is from a set of bamboo camping utensils, and Eric has taken a liking to this spoon and he uses it for everything.
Sure do. Sure do. Okay, I'm gonna go cheese first and then toppings on top.
Okay.
Because that's how I want to do it. Look at that. Thank God Dea upped their game.
Yeah.
Because vegan cheese just wasn't good enough.
Right.
Up until recently.
For anyone who is new to the channel, Day is really good, but my favorite vegan mozzarella is by Violife, which I typically buy at Whole Foods, but I haven't been there since the whole coronavirus thing. And I wasn't about to go there just to get Violife. Okay, sorry, I interrupted.
It's okay, honey. I think I'm going to do something crazy. Yeah. I think I'm going to do half meatball, mushroom, and olive, and then I'm going to do half pepperoni.
Okay.
You know? Just like plain pep.
I support that.
All right, so I'm going to go a little olive. Something like an olive. Right?
I feel like that's not really a well-known song that you're referencing.
It's a John Mayer song called Something Like Olivia.
So many deep philosophical differences between us are emerging as you construct this pizza, because I go all the way to the edge with the sauce, and you're a crust guy.
Yeah. I'm a crust guy. All right, these are some canned mushrooms. They're just like cooked mushrooms in a briny, well, a brine. Water.
A briny brine.
A water and salt brine.
I tend to prefer green bell peppers on pizza. This is like the only circumstance under which I prefer green peppers. But
why is that?
That's what we have.
Why do you prefer green peppers?
I don't know. It's just it's the right flavor.
Oh God. Meatballs. Did you talk about these at all yet?
Yes.
Straight up peps. These kind of just taste like the Light Life hot dogs.
Yeah.
With pepperoni seasoning on them.
Yeah, you know, we tried them out of the package, and I'm not the biggest fan of the texture, but I think that once they're browned a little bit in the oven, it'll be better, right?
Yeah. They do have a really good pepperoni-y flavor. I'm gonna do a little of this. That helps.
Okay. I
won't dare trying to get this pizza in the oven by myself, so
I cannot promise that it will be successful.
You got it.
I'll try it though.
Mastering. Nice.
We love it.
Look at that. Can I have me?
So, my favorite pizza topping is pineapple, and unfortunately I didn't think to buy any. We kind of just decided today that we were going to be making pizza, right?
Why do you think your favorite is pineapple? Is it because you were born in Hawaii?
Maybe. Apparently, I mean, I'm told that I've always liked Hawaiian pizza. That's like what I ordered as a small child.
What would you put on Hawaiian pizza as a vegan? Like what kind of ham?
What kind of ham? I mean, Simple Truth makes one.
Like the slices?
Yeah, nothing really, I don't know. We'll develop that technology soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, you're a sauce queen.
I'm a pro sauce person. My crust is also thicker than yours, so.
Yeah.
I've made this crust before. I had a birthday episode last April. If you want to check April 2019 videos. I've made this before. Didn't we make like cheeseburger pizza or something? Or we made pizza and cheeseburgers the same day. I'm just gonna put everything, I guess. I try to always put spinach or some kind of green thing on my pizza. I would have put broccoli if we still had any. What are your other favorite kind of pizzas?
I always liked sausage, peppers, and onions on pizza.
Yeah.
That's always good. Buffalo chicken pizza, the non-traditional.
I've never had that.
Yeah. I think I've talked about this on the channel, but the pizza place I worked at in high school, they did a buffalo chicken slice. There was no red sauce. It was dough, blue cheese dressing, chunks and chunks of spicy buffalo chicken and mozzarella. Wow. It was so good.
It sounds great.
So unhealthy. It's like barely a pizza, right?
Right.
Only it doesn't have one of the main 3 ingredients.
Yeah.
Sauce. See, yours looks so good for such a different reason.
Yeah. I like a lot of toppings. I also used to really like making, I might even have a video on the channel from way, way back when. You didn't use onions, did you?
Mm-mm.
Huh. I'm shocked.
You're gonna eat some of mine, right?
Maybe. I'll have a piece or two. I used to make a Thai chicken pizza.
What was that?
Like, peanut sauce instead of tomatoes.
Oh, okay.
And then you put like chicken. I'd probably use like Butler soy curls at this point.
That sounds good.
And then you top it with like pad thai toppings. It's cool. It's interesting.
Like lime and cilantro and...
Bean sprouts.
Wow. Wait, cold bean sprouts or do you heat them up?
I cold.
Okay.
It has like cold toppings.
Yeah.
I used to go to CPK a lot. That was like one of the places my family used to go. And I would order Thai chicken pizza, and they also have like a pear and gorgonzola pizza that had like a full-on salad on top of it.
That's some fancy stuff.
Yeah, I love it. I miss it.
Can I just do a quick zoom?
Sure. We're gonna have to get a thumbnail. I have to say, I've been in this kitchen for so long, and I'm extremely hot.
It's hot. Can you just not wait till to go sit on the couch with me?
Yeah.
And like watch something stupid?
I'm ready. I'm actually requesting that we watch something lighthearted.
Yeah. Because
first off, we just watched the debate, which was really something.
It's always intense and stressful.
Yeah.
Because everyone's just always yelling at each other.
Yep.
It's like, come on guys, just talk.
And then we've been watching Prison Break. Eric has watched this twice through.
I think so, yeah.
And he has roped me into it.
Are you enjoying it?
It's good.
It's fine.
I'm willing to stick it out because I know you love it so much.
At least the first season.
I'm sure it'll pick up.
Once they break out of prison. Mm-hmm. You just got to see them break out of prison.
So what I've got here is roasted garlic. I'm gonna just slice it up. I've been keeping cloves of roasted garlic in my fridge for addition to really anything. Anything savory can call for garlic.
It's good stuff.
IMHO. It just occurred to me that I didn't put cheese on it, but I am kind of a fan of putting cheese on the bottom and also on the top. Because I feel like sometimes the ingredients dry out.
Yeah.
And the cheese is like a protective oil layer that keeps everything moist, if you will.
I will.
All right. I'm going to put this in the bottom rack.
Are you going to cheese?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I forgot, but I have to wash my hands first. But I'm going to put this in the bottom rack under yours, and then when yours comes out, I'm going to move mine to the top.
Cheese. Cheese.
Queso.
What's cheese in Italian?
Formaggio.
Formaggio.
Yeah.
And in French, it's fromage.
Yeah.
And somehow the Spanish got queso.
Yeah. Queso.
Not the Spanish, the language of the Spanish language.
All right, all the way to the edge.
That looks great.
It's hard for me to tell if this is enough cheese. What say you?
That looks good.
There's so much on mine, it's gonna like collapse under the weight of it all. Okay, it's going in.
How's my baby doing in there?
It looks so beautiful and crusty. I wouldn't know when you want to take it out, so that's up to you.
Okay.
So what's happening here?
I put some Day of blue cheese and a lot of Frank's Red Hot.
Oh
Make
my
a
God.
little buffalo blue cheese. Okay. Just try this.
See, I used to love blue cheese dressing, but the Day
one
one is just not right. I am a. It's actually so much better with the buffalo sauce. Do you think it's ready?
A little bit longer. Just need a little more blue cheese.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, we have a backup.
Yeah.
It's sick.
That was an accident. It was an accidental backup.
Right, we didn't film on that day, but I bought extra blue cheese dressing because after Eric got out of his surgery, he requested for dinner buffalo blue cheese salad.
Buffalo chicken, yeah, buffalo chicken salad.
Yeah, so
same.
That happened. Oh, and mac and cheese, Day of mac and cheese. We're really keeping Day in business. Nice! Oh, it's so cute!
Heck yeah! Alright, we got a pizza coming out, people.
We did it! Oh, they both came out so cute.
Mine's covered, mine's steaming under here, so it's a little less crispy. Because I over crisped.
And he's a New Yorker, and he likes his pizza to be soggy.
Soggy! Look at that.
Okay. Taste test. Is it good? The eyes are closed. Yay! I'm glad.
Every flavor's there.
These meatballs are really good too.
They really are.
Do you think the texture improved? Good.
And everything else aids in the taste.
Alright, I gotta photograph mine extensively to get a thumbnail, and then I'll do a taste test. It maintains its has structural integrity, it really does.
Can't wait to try it. Live up to the hype.
It's been a while since we had pizza. It's good.
Can you get a bite?
I mean, it's not gluten, but it's good.
It's good though.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna carry this entire thing to the table, sit on the floor, and eat this while watching TV. Shamelessly.